stared deeply at his throne. He knew he was coming, knowing the inevitable was soon to come. The door burst open. A guard, running out of breath and nearly fainting, crashed to the floor, bowing his head before the king.
My lord Capricorn, there's an intruder in these lands. He's broken through the gate. He's not a Zodiac, and it is said he is a conjurer. He's killed several of our men. You're in grave danger.
But Capricorn did not look at his guard. He continued to stare at his empty throne.
My lord, it is urgent. We must get you out of here. You're in danger of this assassin.
Indeed I am,
Capricorn said.
I am greatly in danger.
My lord?
Tell me, what is my favorite food?
The guard responded, confused.
What is your favorite food?
Answer me.
My lord, I believe a cherry apple from the groves outside the castle.
Good.
The guard, confused and bewildered, continued to urge Capricorn.
My lord, we must make haste. We must leave. There's no time for this.
Tell me, guard, who is the one man I trust more than all else?
The guard, puzzled, once again responded.
My lord, there is no time.
Answer me!
Capricorn demanded.
My lord, I believe a young man named Logi.
Yes.
Capricorn responded.
Yes, indeed. But there is only one problem. No guard knows those answers. Only my brother knows them.
Turning to the guard, Capricorn stretched out his arm, and a wave of ice swept across the floor, freezing the guard in place, his head visible above the icy spikes.
Oh, my lord! What is this madness?
Madness,
Capricorn retorted.
You think this is madness, brother? Did you really think you could fool me? Sneak into my throne, slay my men, and I would not know it was you?
The guard smiled. The guard's face began to twist, a wicked grin formed, and a low, deep voice began to speak. A terrible laugh erupted from his throat.
Oh, it is so good to see you again, Islan.
In an instant, the ice shattered. Fire burst from the guard's body, melting away the armor, the flesh. In its place, a black visage took shape, a being of complete black ivory skin, the head of a dark skull with red, piercing eyes glowing from its sockets. Every orifices, even his chest, glowed like embers. Flames burned around his head as he looked to the king and roared.
I knew I could not fool you, brother. It was only a matter of time. But after all, Islan, you knew this was inevitable.
Capricorn remembered his former name. Long lost, now just a distant memory. He faced his brother, his goat skull head wrapped in blue flames and dressed in royal blacks and blues. It was a stark contrast to his brother's black, orange, and red demonic form.
You will not win this duel. You may be a powerful sorcerer, but you are no match for the power of the Zodiac.
Capricorn said resolutely. Zodiacus looked at his brother and smiled wickedly.
How quaint. You think the power of an immortal is a match for a sorcerer of my cunning. Even a snake is greater than the mightiest beast of the earth. The great elephant cannot withstand its palpable venom.
3 shards of flame burst forth from Zodiacus's left hand, flying through the air toward Capricorn. Capricorn pivoted to the right and raised a wave of ice, blasting back the flames.
You will have to do better than that.
Zodiacus, disappointed, waved his hands through the air, swirling them about, conjuring a dark mist that began to take shape, covering the entire throne room.
You will see, brother, that there is much more I have learned since our last duel.
Zodiacus's voice echoed through the chamber. The darkness spread across the room until nothing could be seen. Capricorn could feel his brother's presence, but could not pinpoint his location. In an instant, Zodiacus leapt through the air like a leopard toward its prey, landing toward Capricorn. Capricorn defended himself with 3 shards of ice. He formed from the ground, nearly stabbing into Zodiacus's chest. But Zodiacus twisted unnaturally and avoided the attack.
Very, very clever. I see you've become much faster and much more overconfident.
Zodiacus teased. Capricorn raised his hands again, unleashing a fury of spiked ice across the floor towards Zodiacus. The impact was swift, knocking Zodiacus across the room, but Zodiacus landed on his feet. And as he slid across the icy floor, his skeletal hand clawed into the ground, slowing his momentum. Standing up, Zodiacus continued to speak.
For nearly 80 years I have waited for this moment. After nearly a century, I will finally have not just my throne, but I will free all from the power of the immortal beings.
Capricorn stepped down from the throne floor, preparing for another attack.
You will be greatly disappointed. You have slayed other Zodiacs, but you will not slay me. It is time. Time for you and your order to yield your mighty power. The Zodiac, the gods, the constellations, all of them hoarding power greedily from mankind. That will no longer be tolerated. I shall give immortality to all mortals, to all beings who face death. I will put a stop to oblivion. I will command nature itself. Even the seasons will bend to my will. This madness you pursue has poisoned your mind.
Capricorn protested.
Your desire to never change has only worsened you. You've become the very thing you hate. You have changed.
The words stung bitterly. Enraged, Zodiacus unhinged his mouth like a serpent and blasted a streak of flame across the throne. Capricorn quickly ducked beneath the flames, forming a shield of snow and wind that redirected the fire into the walls.
What you have failed to see...
Zodiacus began to move quickly toward Capricorn for another strike.
I have only grown into who I am. I've become greater. This is who I was meant to be.
Capricorn, rushing as well towards Zodiacus, prepared icy spells in either hand.
You were a sorcerer of promise, not a belittling magician who conjures tricks of evil and devilry.
Capricorn and Zodiacus charged at one another, both raising their hands. Fire and darkness collided with ice and wind, and a blast of ash and dust erupted through the chamber, sending them sliding across the icy floor to opposite sides.
You think I have changed?
Zodiacus said as he lifted himself from the ground.
You were given the spirit of the Zodiac. I was the promising sorcerer, yet Capricorn chose you over me. Father gives you the throne, believing that only his noble, destined son could be king now. And where was I? Still the same. Still Logi. And yet, you are not the same.
Capricorn retorted.
Now you go by this villainous name to mock the Zodiac and your heritage. Look at you now. You are not Logi. Father would be disappointed. Father was a weak, bumbling fool, and I made short work of him.
Capricorn froze. Looking across the room into his brother's eyes, he realized the truth.
You killed our father. Just as you killed Logi. You are not my brother. I see it now. My brother died all those years ago. Now you seek to kill me.
Zodiacus, hearing these words, growled with bitterness.
We could have done this together, brother. I would have spared your life. But now I see.
Zodiacus lifted his fist and pointed it toward Capricorn.
There is no bond between us. You will remain my enemy. You stand in my way of freeing all of mankind.
Leaping into the air, Zodiacus charged his fist like a volcano ready to burst with flame. Capricorn, preparing to attack back, conjured two sabers, one with the hilt of a serpent and the other with a goat. Zodiacus recognized them, just as Capricorn hurled one sword toward him, flying in the air. Zodiacus vanished in a cloud of darkness, and the sword struck the wall. The doors began to shake furiously.
My lord, are you alive?
Before Capricorn could answer, the sword began to shake in the wall. Suddenly, it flew toward him. Capricorn blocked it and stumbled to the floor. The saber then flew into the hands of Zodiacus, who now stood victoriously over Capricorn. Black and red chains swiftly wrapped around Capricorn's wrists, forcing him to his knees.
I remember this blade. You've kept it all these years. Do not worry about them. Your guards will not be able to enter. I've made sure of that.
Zodiacus reveled as he spoke.
They will find a way. And you will not escape. Pity. They will find you dead.
Zodiacus raised his sword, laughing hysterically, ready to strike. But then, golden chains with hooked blades shot through his right arm, dragging him aside. Zodiacus fell, screaming. Scorpio burst through the window, pulling the chains tight.
You will not harm anyone else.
Lifting a sword from behind his right shoulder, Scorpio pressed the blade to Zodiacus' throat.
You will finally meet your maker.
Flames welled up in Zodiacus' eyes.
I thought after murdering your wife, eluding you in the cities, and after losing you at sea, that maybe you would leave me be. But no, why can't you just die?
Death is not your friend, Zodiacus. I know him all too well.
Capricorn stepped forward, blade pointed down. Zodiacus turned him, begging like a whimpering dog.
Please, brother, remember me. Remember your Logi.
Capricorn remembered two boys venturing off across green hills, snowy ravines, and dreaming of the day they would sail off across the icy seas. But those days were gone, and with them, Logi.
Zodiacus, you are here charged by the Council of the Zodiac for murder of King Holgard, his son Logi, and all Zodiacan peoples you have murdered till this point.
Capricorn said resolutely. As he spoke, golden spirits began to fill the room, each representing a Zodiac. Zodiacus, wounded and feeling the sting of Scorpio's blades, spat and snarled.
I plead for nothing.
Indigo energy flared from his free left hand, and he vanished into purple mist. Soaring through the chamber, out the window, Scorpio had come through. Scorpio slammed his fist to the ground. Cracks in the ice floor grew across, and tears, angry tears, fell from his face. Capricorn, placing a hand on Scorpio's shoulder, helped him up.
My friend,
Capricorn said softly.
Thank you. You saved my life and my people. I am indebted to you. And yet,
Scorpio said spitefully,
I have failed to kill him, and have failed to avenge my wife.
it is not over, my dear Scorpio. It is only the beginning. And the destiny that Zodiacus will face is one that even he will not be able to change.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Tales of the Verse Season 3. I had a blast working on this video, honestly, and I learned a lot more about how I like telling stories and also how to tell better stories. There was a lot of stuff I did want to add, but because of time, I just couldn't add it into the script, into the writing, but I was still really proud with how it turned out. If you want to know what story came before this one, please click on the video on the left. If you want to see more stories like this, please click on the video on the right. And as always, my friends, I would love the likes and subscribes to be able to support this channel so I can create better stories and videos for you guys. And as always, I'll see you on the other side of the gates.